Welcome back. We're using the buzzers again. This time the questions are worth 3 points and possibly 4 if you get in early enough, so here we go. He employed the Renaissance woodwind instruments called the crumhorn and the flageolet for the soundtrack of The Dark Crystal. Although most of the music in Excalibur was written by Richard Wagner and Carl Orff, director John Borman enlisted him to write some original music for the film. Name this composer of the scores for Mississippi Burning, Cliffhanger, and The Last of the Mohicans.
Hans Zimmer?
No. Peter or Craig? Any guess? Craig?
Oh, John Williams?
No. Peter?
Howard Shore.
No, it was Trevor Jones. All right. Hancock paints Ray Embry's All Heart corporate charity logo here. It's where Haywood Floyd's expedition find a monolith that sends out a high-pitched signal in 2001: A Space Odyssey. What is this, Craig?
The moon?
The moon. That's all we needed. And that puts you up to 13. In Crooked Hearts, she played Janetta, who is having an affair with the father of the young man in love with her. This actress's movie daughter Jane, played by Danielle Panabaker, appears to be on the road to a career as a psychopathic killer in Mr. Brooks. Name this actress, whose television daughter Lindsay is played by Kay Panabaker on CSI Crime Scene Investigation. Craig?
Mark Helgenberger?
That's correct. 3 points. Puts you up to 16. His movie An American Carol retells a Christmas Carol with the setting the story on Independence Day with a Michael Moore-like filmmaker in the Scrooge role. With his brother Jerry and Jim Abrahams, they established a style of rapid-fire parody that stretches from Kentucky Fried Movie to The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad to the Scary Movie franchise. Named as producer and director of Basketball, Top Secret, and Airplane. David?
Who is Zucker?
Yes, David Zucker. That's right, for 3 points, and that gets you to 14. The dream of the main character is to stage his rock opera, A Taste for Love, based on Dracula. Composer Peter Vedder is dumped by the star of the television show Crime Scene, Scene of the Crime, and takes a Hawaiian vacation, falling in love with a hotel employee whose picture, flashing her breasts, is on the wall of a local men's room bar. Name this film, bookended at the beginning and the end by the full frontal nudity of star Jason Segel. No answer there. That was Forgetting Sarah Marshall. He is framed for the murder of District Attorney Fletcher, but is broken out of jail by his fellow police officers on New Year's Eve. He confronts a rogues gallery of physically grotesque gangsters headed by Big Boy Caprice while being pursued hopelessly by nightclub singer Breathless Mahoney. Name his character, Peter.
Dick Tracy.
That's correct, for 3, and that puts you up to 22. He was credited as special guest director for a car sequence in Sin City. To recreate the effect of movie theaters with defective projection facilities and prints, a reel is, Peter.
Quentin Tarantino.
That's correct. Reel deliberately missing from Death Proof in Grindhouse. Gets you 3 points, and you're up to 25. It took a real-life 1967 high school social experiment in Palo Alto, California, and transferred it to 21st century Germany. Teacher Rainer Wenger builds a fascist state in his classroom. Craig?
The Experiment?
No, I'll finish the question. Over the course of a week, resulting in his student Tim appearing at his house offering to be his bodyguard. Name this movie directed by Dennis Gansel that ends with Tim shooting himself at a class assembly. Peter?
The Wave?
That's correct. Or Die Welle in the original German. 3 points gets you up to 28. Her film Powder Blue was rumored to have been moved from general release to straight to DVD because of the internet leak. Craig?
Jessica Biel?
That's correct. Got it early enough. 4 points gets you up to 20. This song is performed by the Crinoline Choir in A Day at the Races and by John Travolta in Basic. Daphne Zuniga sings it as Princess Vespa in Spaceballs, prompting John... Craig?
Nobody Knows The Trouble I've Seen?
Yes. Correct, for 3 points, and barfs it. She's a bass. Gets you up to 23. A 1910 silence showed a man named Cody and a non-fatal one. Cast Away features one involving a vehicle transporting primarily cargo. David?
Plane Crash?
That's correct, for 3 points, and that gets you to 17. In a college production of Guys and Dolls, he played Sky Masterson, and on Broadway he was Colonel Nathan Jessup, the Jack Nicholson role in A Few Good Men. He is best known for characters requiring a great deal of makeup, such as Amukar in Quest for Fire, Salvatore in The Name of the Rose, and Vincent in the television series Beauty and the Beast. Who is this actor who plays the title? Craig?
Ron Perlman?
That's correct, for 3 points, and it's up to 26. Title character in the Hellboy movies. In production is his script about the murder of Lana Turner's mob boyfriend Johnny Stompanato by her daughter Cheryl. He scripted a documentary on the Manhattan Project before writing the screenplay of his first feature film, Blade Runner. Later writing credits, David.
Ridley Scott.
No, I'll finish the question. Later writing credits include Hero, Lady Hawk, and 12 Monkeys. Name the screenwriter, Peter.
Terry Gilliam.
No, I'll finish the question. Screenwriter who received an Academy Award nomination for Unforgiven.
I don't know.
No answer. His name was David Peoples. No points there. A scavenger hunt was a promotional event for this movie, and an unused building on the University of Maryland was used as the office of Professor Emily Appleton. It begins with the conspiracy to kill Abraham Lincoln and ends with the discovery of the legendary City of Gold, Cibola. Peter.
National Treasure Book of Secrets.
That is correct. 3 points, and that gets you to 31. Named the 5th greatest villain in film history by the AFI, Charles Cheswick is just one of the patients she controls using a combination of Craig.
Nurse Ratched?
That's correct. 3 points, and that gets you to 29. Trained in law, he was assistant director for Morgan and If. His first Hollywood film, Dangerous Liaisons, won 3 Academy Awards and received 4 additional nominations, although none of them were for him. Who is this man who was nominated for Best Director for The Grifters and The Queen? No answer. Call time. All right, Peter.
Alan Arkin.
No. Any answer from David and Craig? No. David?
Alan Parker.
No. Craig? No. It was Stephen Frears. And that'll be the end of this round. We'll have the ladder round next, so stay tuned.